Alright, y'all, we back. We are back. My eyes is red than a bitch. Praise God. We are back. We are back. Mary's in the building. Kill in the building. I'm gonna have you all in a minute. Y'all, we got some work to do. That's all I gotta say. We got some work to do. Hopefully y'all can hear me. If not, if it's a little too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. I kind of like my background shit while I'm talking. I feel like I'm at church and shit. But listen. That shit going out, y'all. I am high as hell, and that's okay. Because I use weed for a spiritual reason. Especially with what's going on. I know a lot of motherfuckers out there smoking weed right now. Just trying to deal with what's going on right now. Because the fact of being black in America. Thank you, Nary, for saying that you can hear. Appreciate it. Cool. The fact that being black in America is such a fucking, like, overwhelming, walking through the valley of the shadow of death and death actually touching your ass type of shit. It's scary. But weed also helps me in a sense to actually accept reality for what it is. As scary and terrifying as it is. But I also use it in a spiritual sense. And that's why I encourage people to love themselves and to find out God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever you desire to call it. It's called many names, the same fucking thing. To establish that relationship with it, which means you're going to have to learn about accountability. And that's one thing that we don't want to deal with. That's why white supremacy is the way it is now, because it's a bunch of egotistical motherfuckers who are afraid to admit shit. To admit, hey, what we did to y'all was wrong, and not just admit it, but own it, sit in the shit and accept whatever fucking consequence comes along with it organically. Because here's the thing that I want y'all to understand as my black brothers and sisters. We live in a time right now where spiritually there's some shit going on, and guess what? It's supporting everything that is righteous. Everything that has been wronged is going to be right. There's a scripture in the narrative of the Christian Bible that says, he who exalts themselves will be humbled, but he who humbles themselves will be exalted. It also says that the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. You know why? Because change always happens. We're always evolving. We're always growing, which requires change. See, motherfuckers want to put God in a box because bitches is too goddamn afraid to follow after God. It's a lot of hoes right now that have not served God a whole goddamn day in their fucking life. They've only been serving religion. They've been serving a book. Because, bitch, I don't want to hear shit, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place, girl. I guess the spirit just working through me and it just decided to touch on religion real quick. Here's my goddamn thing. If you hoes ain't healing bitches in the parking lot, if motherfuckers ain't come, and here's the problem. Why the fuck do people gotta come to y'all? Why do I gotta go to Greater Second Ebenezer Baptist Episcopal goddamn church on the side of the road, hold my mule while I shout, as Church of God in Christ? Why do I have to go there? In order to connect with God. Not realizing that, bitch, you motherfuckers doing the exact same shit everybody else doing, but you just doing it in your Sunday's best, bitch. Which is so fucking funny. It's so ironic to me. It's so funny to me that y'all niggas can sit here and say that y'all claim to be connected to a fucking power that's higher than everything. But every time I turn on the news, bitch, the area where your church, where it's supposed to be Holy Ghost filled, sanctified, baptized fire with brimstone and shit. Why every time the news come on, bitch, 18 motherfuckers done died where the church is at? Where is the power? Where is the power? And that's why I know my black brothers and sisters, y'all not really gonna like me sometimes, because I'm gonna speak on some shit that's gonna hit you. And bitch, let me explain something to you. Let me just give you personal background shit on my shit, and I promise we gonna get into the shit more. I'm just in the spirit. Can y'all just flow with me tonight? Can y'all just vibe with me on this bitch tonight? Because we gonna be speaking some freedom shit tonight. Fuck what everybody else saying. Fuck what white supremacy gotta say. Fuck what organized religion gotta say. Fuck what homophobic, transphobic bitches and niggas gotta say, girl. We are getting free tonight. We're about freedom over here, bitch. Freedom. Cause bitch, everybody ain't gotta be on the plantation, bitch. It's some Harriet Tubman hoes that's like, bitch, what's up? What we doing? What we doing? I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory on me real quick. Hopefully it's real quick. I'm high. Listen, back in 2018, my ass was too busy trying to find love and romance and shit. I spent from 2009 to 2019 chasing a high from my first relationship. And I had low self-esteem, and the nigga that I was with didn't love his goddamn self, so he abused me mentally and emotionally. And I allowed him to do it because I loved this nigga. And I've been chasing that high ever since. And I met an individual who I loved so fucking much. And because he and I didn't work out, and then on top of that, I'm just gonna be real, I'm a demisexual. I just found out what that was about a year ago. A demisexual is an individual who cannot have sex or feel comfortable enough to have sex unless there's an emotional connection. Because, bitch, I'm abstinent from sex by choice. Because I'm not the finest motherfucker, but, bitch, let me explain something to you, ho. It's a whole different type of thing, bitch. I got motherfucking niggas right now. I'm 5'2", short than a motherfucker that's ready to have me Tarzan climb they goddamn backs, bitch. Because I done hit some fine niggas, bitch, that know how to throw it back, and trust me, short and all, bitch, caught it. And I loved him so much, and I allowed myself to be sexual with him, which sex to me is SEX, sacred energy exchange. That's why I don't fuck like that. And bitch, when I do feel some type of way, bitch, I'm on some Scary Movie 2 shit, bitch. Fuck you, I can do it myself. Bitch, being this motherfucker howling at the moon, bitch. Scooby-Doo. In this motherfucker, bitch. I ain't gotta deal with nobody's goddamn energy. I ain't gotta deal with nobody's bullshit, bitch. And then on top of that, bitch, I can clean myself up, wash my hands, bitch, and make me something to eat. Cause I don't know about y'all. Cause when I nut, and when I do, bitch, I'm hungry. Can we eat? Anyway, I was in love with him. He was in a place where he didn't love himself. A boss ass nigga who was unconscious, but even in my unconsciousness, bitch, my love is the shit, bitch. I know I'm a loyal ass, husband ass nigga, bitch. Fuck what you heard. And I know that I'm fine now, bitch. Fuck you hoes, girl. I know that I'm fine. And there's other motherfuckers who feel the exact same goddamn way. Praise God. But I allowed him in that situation to break me down so much to the point to where I was literally going to kill myself. Because I wanted to be with him. But in actuality, it was the fact that I was insecure with myself and I had not dealt with my abandonment issues. And the fact that I grew up being bullied. I was shorter than this. I had a little rat tail in the back like they did in the 90s and shit or whatever. And on top of that, I was one of the girls, bitch. Bitch, motherfuckers knew I was gay. They knew I was. I'm sorry, y'all. And I got bullied for that. Bullied. I mean, I had motherfuckers run up on me and like sneak me for no reason. Motherfuckers choking me out. It was one kid in my class literally named Martin Luther King. And his face has so many scratches on it. I'm like, well, bitch, maybe you are the reincarnation because your face looked like exactly what Martin Luther King went through. So maybe, bitch, you are that. But he would choke me the hell up, do all these things to me. And then on top of that, I grew up in a very religious household. My father was a deacon at the time. Very homophobic. And when I found out what gay was and how people viewed it, that's when I started playing the game of self-hatred. That's when I started to go into the closet and pretend to be somebody that I wasn't. And despite me trying to make everybody else around me feel comfortable, they still made me feel uncomfortable. Despite me trying to just find a way to survive. So when I finally got into a relationship and I was attracted to him and everything didn't work out, that abandonment shit really kicked up in me. And my ego started to flare up to the point to where it's like, bitch, I only wanted him and that's it. I didn't want nobody else. I wanted him. Fuck everybody. I wanted that nigga there. And when I look back on it now, bitch, I was contemplating suicide over a nigga who ain't shit, unfortunately. It is not because he ain't shit because, he was just that way by default. No. He was afraid to believe that someone can love him. And to be honest, that's his fucking cross to bear. My cross was to be able to accept that. But what I did is I made it personal. And what happens is a lot of people make that shit personal so that when they end up getting heartbroken so much, that's when, fuck niggas ain't shit. That's when they start doing that shit. And they doing that shit out of defense. It's a defense mechanism. Because then when the motherfucking nigga who is shit come y'all way, y'all get shook and be like, oh my God, am I really ready? And that ends up hurting someone else. But anyway, that situation happened. Back then I was using weed as a way to numb myself from the pain because it was just too overwhelming. Bitch, it was like I was in my worst nightmare and somebody pressed pause on that bitch. My world stopped. And the fact that I had to go out into the world and continue to do because, bitch, I can't call motherfuckers when I'm paying my bills and be like, hey, look, I'm depressed. I can't. No. They don't care. So I had to go through all that. But once again, God is real. God is real. All I can do is tell you about it and give you my experience, but you will never know God until you get to know God for yourself. And that's the one thing I really want people to know. I'm not saying in the name of a narrative, but I'm just saying get to know God for yourself. For yourself, that you can stand on your own 2 feet. Because sometimes pastor ain't going to be there. Sometimes deacon and deaconess ain't going to be there. Sometimes your prayer partner ain't going to be there, bitch. And you're going to be in the midnight hour in the garden by yourself. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with it yourself. Okay? Tired of bullshit. Tired of you motherfuckers not knowing shit, bitch. Damn. Bernie Mac in this bitch. Yo, I'm silly. But it's all this shit spiritual, bro. It's really all spiritual. I see we got sun-kissed curls in here. Let me explain something to you. I hope you're still watching. I saw her on Mr. Live. And I was doing some shit in the background. Oh, Lord, I could have sworn that she and I was having a conversation. I had to message her and be like, I appreciate her. That beautiful black queen inspired me so much. I'm like, this is what we need. Passion and fire. We need that Rick James fire and desire going on. That's what we need right now. We need that fire again. Because to be honest, for us as black people, we've gotten a little complacent because, like I said, at the point we like, well, fuck it, we just gonna live. We just gonna live. We just gonna try to find peace in the midst of all this shit. We're just gonna just accept everything and whoop-de-woo. But it's like, no, don't do that, because that's the exact same thing that some of our ancestors was doing on the slave plantation. Well, girl, we getting the motherfucking pig feet, we getting the pig ears, we getting this shit, woo-de-woo. But once again, it had to be some Harriet Tubmans. It had to be some Nat Turners. It had to be some motherfuckers who said, no. This is not how life is supposed to be. And I'll be damned if I'm going to bring life into this world just for it to experience what I'm going through, bitch. I will fight and kill as many of you hoes as I can to get to my freedom. And I recently found out, and once again, when I found this shit out, I felt like my black card was going to be revoked, because I never heard about this. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know Harriet Tubman killed her damn husband because this nigga was trying to run away. That shows you how loyal she was to the cause. She killed her own nigga. Bow. Gone. But we need that fire again, and she's bringing that fire. I know I'm all over the place. Sun-kissed curl, you're bringing that fire. I know, especially with Mr.'s topic next Tuesday. Oh, I'm not going to be a part of it because this is for my black sisters to talk, and my black sisters need to be heard. We need as men to shut the fuck up. Even though I'm gay, I still love my black women, and I appreciate my black women, my black queens. So I hope that you're going to be on there, and I can't wait to hear what you got to say, too, because I'm an individual who's a student, and I look at life in the way of I'm always learning. So, yeah. But it's all spiritual, y'all. This is some spiritual shit. That's why I say get to know yourself, get to love yourself, get to connect to God get to connect to God. I sound like a fucked up remix of the Education Connection commercial. Education Connection. Get to know God's source for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you gonna be with you for the rest of your life. Now, I know we had my girl Khalil on here. I'm sorry, I'm high. My tongue ain't even working right. On here. Now, if you want to be a part of the live, because I know you say you have some things that you want to say. If you on here, please let me know, and I can possibly send you a request to be a part of the live. Because I want to hear what you got to say. I know you was conditioning your hair. Hopefully you still in here. And if you are, please say something in the comment sections real quick so I can bring you on. Yes, praise God. Okay, hold on. I'm about to send you a request. Is that cool? Let's see. Ooh, boom. I'm about to. Okay. Waiting on. That run was horrible. That was a horrible run. What's going on?
Hey, boo thing.
How you
Hey,
doing?
my little.
You doing okay?
I'm all right. Hang on. I got to get my headphones in because if this baby wake up, you coming to come get her.
Oh, let me shut up. Let me mute this shit real quick. Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me break.
Let me mute because Oh, this shit I'm talking, they listening like a motherfucker. They probably gonna be waiting for my ass when I get outside the house. Hey,
Hold on here.
You good. Because y'all, the shit that I'm about to talk, going forward, I'm not gonna be surprised if there's a target on my back, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. Because I'll be damned, I will die for my freedom, especially if a motherfucker gonna kill me anyway. Because they letting us know there's open seas on us. Motherfuckers is shooting and killing us and strangling us and suffocating us on television. While it's being recorded, it's being shared on all these media outlets to get your energy up so they can do some nefarious demonic shit with your goddamn energy. And bitch, let me explain something to you. Yes, Jesus and all the other people that came before us, they died. But let me explain something to you. And I'm gonna say this right now. I pray every single day. When I meditate and pray, I always say to myself, Lord, if I have to get to a point to where I have to defend myself, let my ego have full fucking permission. I don't give a fuck. Now, the ego I kill every day so that I can live my highest life and be on a higher vibration. But in that moment, bitch, I will go to the lowest of the lows. I will allow hell to come flowing through me, bitch, to defend myself. Because let me explain something to you, bitch. If you kill me, make sure when I'm on my way out, girl, a few of you motherfuckers gonna be with me, and because I'm a spiritual bitch and I'm learning about astral projection and all this other type of shit and spiritual shit and dimensions and shit like that, I will be on the outside waiting for your ass to pop in. So when you come out of your body and be in the spirit realm and you shook, until God's source would ever come through and get us to do what we gonna do, I'm gonna be dog walking your ass in the spirit realm too, girl. You is gonna be fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm here.
No, you good. Whenever I had to bitch had to put on her shower cap.
You good.
Give me
I tried to get the last of this shit. I almost burnt my damn eyelash. This is the devil.
Look, I'm about to smoke again too, so y'all gonna follow me around the house now.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Just about to spark her hooked up again.
I was surprised Kayla, she upstairs. I was surprised that she ain't smoked no hookah yet. We might do that later on.
That's what I was saying. I was hoping she would chime in because she's still being alive, and I didn't even know you was going live until she said to me.
Oh, well, I appreciate her. She ain't gonna watch my shit. She gonna be saying, I gotta watch it. You be talking about it all the time. Well, no. Bring your ass on and say what you gotta say then. Trick up.
Okay. No, I'm almost ready.
You good. Let me go ahead and put this music on real quick.
Y'all something. This baby get up.
Oh, well, you might have to talk. You might have to go outside or something. You talk because you might be passionate. Because if you wake the baby up, you might take the baby.
Wait, let me turn my camera. Okay, because my camera want to be greasy as fuck. Listen. I got grease all over my hands. I got conditioner all over my shirt. So
You good?
y'all have to bear with
My
me.
beard look like it don't know what to do. It's crying out for help.
I've missed your face. I missed you so much.
We gonna be kicking it soon, especially with the
Now
renovation in
listen.
the damn basement. Cause Kaylin got her pole now.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think I have
shut
been.
your
I've
mouth.
been a little bit of a freak hole myself on this damn pole. I've been on it more than she
Listen,
has. I'm like, oh,
I
I'm
told
about
my
to be
mama,
well
I'm like,
rounded.
I told my baby daddy I'm about to start an OnlyFans because
The only
I
fans
need
I
some
know is
money,
church
honey.
fans.
And you know what? Just to touch on what you just said when you were speaking about your relationship and everything back in 2018, when you were talking about it, I was like, that's so crazy because I was literally in the same position at that time. Um, Back in 2018, I was still pregnant and I had just found out that I had gotten cheated on and, you know, just to even think that as Black women, we have to, carry so much weight on us sometimes. Imagine having to carry around a nigga baby for 7, 8 months
Yeah.
just for him to be out in the streets and, giving what you thought was yours to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most disgusting and heartless thing that I had ever encountered in my life. And it was even crazier because I'm like, nigga, you have a sister. You have a mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You watch them go through this same thing only for you to come right back and repeat the cycle. That's not fair. That's not fair. And that by itself being a stigma in a lot of Black households is where the problem comes from. That stigma has to be broken. Like, even way back in the day, our grandparents, our ancestors, we give grandma and granddad so much credit for being together for 20, 30 years. How many other kids granddad got running along the streets? You know what I mean? There's been stories in my family where, my grandma, this is so stupid. It's so crazy to think about now. My grandma would keep a tube sock full of coins, and she would beat the hell out of my granddad every time she caught him cheating with this tube sock full of coins. You remember in that movie, It's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate, where she put the what was it, a mango or something in the tube sock, and she beat the hell out of herself with it. That's kind of like how that was. So it's just like the fact that that's a revolving cycle. Sorry if y'all hear other noises. I'm trying to get my hood together.
You perfectly fine.
You,
You being a mommy, you good. You being a mommy.
She look. When I tell you that little girl let her hair down, I give me the biggest glass of wine, honey, because I cannot.
I'm screaming. Uh-oh.
I think a lot of the things, and I had made the comment on the last live that you had, that there are a lot of things that people don't talk about in the Black community, in the Black household, because it is a generational curse. There are a lot of generational curses that we need to break.
Exactly.
There are a lot of systematic curses that we need to break. We were built and bred on a certain idea and a certain thought. Like, there's certain things that I witnessed, and this was so disturbing. I witnessed a girl spank her son. She beat this boy because he picked up a Barbie doll and wanted to play with it.
Wow. Yep.
And I'm like, are you serious right now? Because I'm going to tell you something. That little girl in there, if she want a football, she can have it. If she want an action figure, she can have it. If she wants some Jordans or some gym shoes or anything masculine or quote unquote masculine, she can have it, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to love her regardless. Period. That's my baby.
And see, by you doing that, you yourself, and here's the thing that a lot of us, and this is so crazy, and I realize, and I'm sorry I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to put a pin in that real quick because you said something that was like, a lot of us, I know that there's even older people that's experiencing this, but especially those of us in our age group, there's something we're all experiencing collectively, even in the music that we talk about. If you actually pay attention to the music, a lot of times people will tell you what's going on. They will express what's going on. And the fact that first of all you're willing to talk about it, because when you talk about it and you speak it out, you actually start to you have to accept it now because you said it, you made it real, woo woo. But then sometimes people wonder why it seems like I'm going through so much and it's so hard for me and I got all this stuff, and especially with you being a single mother that's trying to make it work and really try, and you have a child now. This is it's a responsibility, and it's not a cheap one.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap one. Your life is changing. You have to adapt around to your child now. You got to work, and you got to pay these bills. And on top of that, you still have a life. You still want to have fun. You still want to enjoy yourself. All these things. But the fact that you are willing to do that, first of all, is the fact that you are breaking the generational curse. Because you have a lot that you're dealing with. And once again, all that shit could crush you. And just like you mentioned earlier with your ex, you could have repeated a cycle yourself that may be going on within your family, whether you know about it or whether it's something that you're still dealing with or trying to figure out within your own self. You know, but the fact that you're willing to work through that and do it by yourself, that's commendable. And my friend, who I did live with on Tuesday, he's going to be doing another live next Tuesday. He wants to hear from black women. And I really honestly think it starts at either 6 or 7. So hopefully you'll be available around that time or whatever. I would love for you to join the live and really speak your stuff. And I would let him know, like, I got a friend that her ass better be on this damn live. Because if she not, it's going to be a problem. So I want
let me know.
Exactly, because I want you to speak some real shit. But I'm going to shut up like you were saying. Go ahead.
Well, it's and like I said, it's kind of when we originally started the live and we were talking about, I don't remember who it was. Somebody said there are some things that we have to unlearn. That's what made me think of everything that I've personally been through. There are some things that we have to unlearn.
Exactly.
Just for example, if you go to the store and you see another dude in there, it's okay to smile at him. It's okay to say, "Hey, bro, you got some nice shoes on." A lot of niggas don't do that. They don't do that because they feel like it's I can't give another nigga a compliment for whatever reason. They feel like it's not, I can't think of the word that I want to use. It's not acceptable to give another dude a compliment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because it's gay. It's on some gay shit. Or
that's
if I
what
say
it is.
no
And it's
homo.
just like, right. You know what I mean? And that's not cool. That's not cool. We as black people have to stick together at this point. Like I said, I'm scared for my brother. I'm scared for my nephews. I'm scared for my daughter. I'm scared for myself.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's not even if you're male or female. It's just if you black, period. You a target.
And that's the crazy part. Because here is the thing. When it comes to white America, let me say, if it was me and let's say another heterosexual dude or something, and we down south somewhere, and the Klan surrounds us, they're not gonna be like, hold on, wait a minute, that gay one there, he can go ahead and go because he can't breathe, but the heterosexual one, we can keep him here. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna say that. They gonna look and he gonna say, son, and his son gonna say, yes, my daddy, who's my cousin, who's my niece, nephew, uncle, all that shit. Guess what? Christmas done came early because they done found some new ornaments to put on the damn tree. When white people look at us, they just see this. That's it. They don't give a fuck about who you are, because at the same time, like I said, there was a thing that happened where they had this mayor, or I think he was a senator or something, ended up getting maced, and the police officer didn't know about it. It's like it's about being black, but in the black community, it's like we have a certain idea of what. That's why we have to start asking ourselves, well, what is black then? For ourselves, what is black? Because we have to learn what is black, because we had all this shit put on us. So we starting to get back to blackness, starting to get back to being natural, getting back to spirituality. We're getting back to our roots. So we still have to ask these questions. And I'm sorry, like you said, at this point, especially with niggas, sometimes we don't want to talk about niggas killing niggas, but let's be real, niggas is singing songs about killing niggas. One of my songs I work out to, and it's a horrible ass song, but it's a dope ass song to work out to. It's T Grizzly, I Had To. When he talked about killing this goddamn friend and then fucking this bitch and talking about it with the lust and all this shit or whatever, it's like, it's a dope ass song, but if you listen to it, it's like, we glorifying this shit and it's okay, and then we get mad when someone else outside of us do something to us. So is it like, okay, well, only I can fuck with my brother, can't nobody else do? But it's like, you're not fucking with your brother as far as, see, my thing, if you don't like niggas, I'd rather niggas fight But see, a lot of niggas are
Right.
bitches and they can't fight, so they have to resort
Right.
to using a goddamn gun.
gun,
But the only
yep.
time I'm going to use a gun is to defend myself. I ain't about to go run down on some
Exactly.
nigga bitch. Now, if you hurt me, it's a whole different thing. But like you said, even I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm just on. But when you was talking about I'm talking about you can't compliment another dude or whatever the case may be. Here's my thing, motherfucker. Why is motherfuckers so concerned about gay? Why do y'all are so concerned about a gay nigga so much? I mean, do y'all niggas booty holes like burn or something whenever a gay nigga around? Is it like an indicator or something going on? Like, do you feel something?
The thing.
Like what's the problem?
That ties back into that generational curse type of thing. Like, there will be certain things that, you know, a young black male wouldn't be allowed to do in specific households because, oh, if my daddy catch me doing this, he gonna beat my ass because he feel like that's too gay for me to be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's trash.
Yeah.
That's trash. Period. Yeah. And a lot of the males that I grew up around had that mentality, and it sucks. And because they pass that on to their sons, and then they pass that on to their sons. You know what I'm saying? And it's a never ending cycle. That's why I said we have to focus on breaking generational curses, because honestly, that's how we're gonna progress.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to progress. That's not fair. There should be no reason why my son is afraid to come tell me that he's gay.
Right.
No reason why.
Right.
And I'm gay as hell. I'm gay as hell. You know that. You know that I love me some girls now. You know I'm gay as hell now.
Oh, Lordy,
but
Lordy.
The thing with my mom is my mama has always been open to that. Like, she's always been like, come tell me what's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Come talk to me. You know, I've been lucky enough to have that, but a lot of people don't.
Yes.
And that's the messed up part about it.
Yes.
You know, so that's the kind of like, and a lot of the things that I go through in life, I put myself in a position where, like, okay, I want my daughter to be able to come and talk to me about everything, anything. I don't want her to be afraid to come and tell me anything. Exactly. I want us to have an open door. You know, she shouldn't be. And then there's a lot of other things that tie. We could go all night about this, because why is it more acceptable to be a fucking pedophile in the black household than it is to be gay?
Yeah.
Why? Why is that swept up under the rug, but being gay ain't?
Because with being a pedophile, you can hide that. R. Kelly did it well. Jeffrey Epstein did it well. Harvey Weinstein did it well. But if I'm coming out just... if I'm coming out like this at the cookout, if I'm doing this at the cookout, because it's visible. It's visible. And you're right. And like you said, that's why it's like at this point, why everybody's upset and mad and feeling some type of way. Like I said, it's justified, but we have to start being intentional with our anger and being direct with our anger and focus that anger into our conversation. Like, a lot of times we've heard, when we talk about LGBTQIA things in blackness, it's always been, not right now. We ain't gonna talk about that shit. Fuck that gay shit. That gay shit ain't nothing. Talked about all that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, at this point in time, y'all motherfuckers out there killing each other. So at this point, you definitely need. Exactly. You need it definitely now. Ain't no question about now. You made it that way. Because y'all motherfuckers are so insecure with your goddamn selves, you just sat there and manifested the fact that now you need us. We're imperative. We're part of the conversation, and y'all made it that way because you didn't want to. But guess what? What you resist will always persist.
Oh yeah. And I think that's a lot of people don't want to face that, because a lot of people don't like to own up and take responsibility.
Yes.
The fact is, the reality, because at the end of the day, you have to focus on what reality is.
Yes.
And reality is that we are out here killing each other. That's just reality. Period. Whether you like it or not. You know what I mean?
And why are we so afraid to talk about that? Like, why? But can I ask you this though?
Exactly.
Do you feel like the reason why, and I just thought about this, do you think like the reason why it's more so acceptable to embrace a way of thinking or a consciousness that supports somebody killing each other? Hold on, how did I say it? Hold on, it's on the tip of my damn tongue. I hate when this shit happens when I lose my damn thought.
No, you good, because I'm trying to find my wine, and I'm like, where's my wine?
I'm trying to think what it is. See, it's a shit that irritate me. Damn, I had something. It's about to be something real quick. It'll come to me. Hold on. Hold on. Shit. We was talking about niggas killing niggas. Because I know motherfuckers don't want to talk about that, but it is the goddamn
No,
truth.
they don't. Motherfuckers don't want to
Oh,
own
here it
up
is.
to what
You
it
think the reason
is.
why they really don't want to deal with that issue is because a lot of them are their sons, nephews, fathers, cousins, connected to them personally. Because it's like crazy. Because it's like, we know Mook Mook done shot Ray Ray. Why the fuck you got a shirt on saying free Mook Mook? This nigga was
Right.
confirmed to have killed Ray Ray, but yet we still yelling free Mook.
Right. A lot of people don't want to accept that, and that's what it is. Because you'll protect the killer. You know what I mean? It's just like, why? For what?
Exactly. And he's
You know,
the one, and they're the one that's actually destroying the community. Because here's the thing.
Exactly.
People can't motherfucking walk down in their hood or even have a party sometime without somebody getting shot or somebody dying because motherfuckers is insecure with their shit. But at the same time, with the black conversations that I'm going to have with my black people and being accountable, we have to be accountable for that too because we allow that to happen. We know who did it, but of course, because of the hood narrative or the hood saying snitches get stitches, we're so afraid of retaliation to where it will continue to happen. Even if it happened to somebody that was connected to you, like your family member or your friends, you're still protected out of fear. And it's like, we've lost community. Because at the end of the day, if it's more motherfuckers, it's more of us than it is of them. So it's like, if motherfuckers start looking out for each other and realizing, bitch, goddamn it, we're going to have to protect ourselves, then shit will change. And that's the thing. It shouldn't have to get to that point. It shouldn't have to get to that point to where we have to resort to violence, especially with ourselves. It's kind of like, that's why white people, I know people get mad when I say this, but I mean, it's the truth. You can't get mad if people continue to do something to you that we allow to ourselves. And we have to accept that. And it's like, I understand as black people, we just want to be mad. We just want to be upset. We don't want to be judged about being mad. We just want to be mad. But it's like, once again, and I hate to say this, and I had to learn this, especially with my ego death. I thought it wasn't fair what I was doing. But guess what? Life don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, bitch, your ass is going to die. And guess what? That's something that you cannot change. And then what's even crazier is the fact that you don't know when you're going to die. We all hope we're going to get old.
That's the scary part about it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that so freeing that I have to realize. Why trip about something that's going to happen anyway? And here's the thing. And this is one thing my spiritual teacher said that was so powerful. He said, every time my ego gets in a way to where I might have like a panic attack or something like that, he said, I will look up videos on YouTube of babies laughing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, of course they make you laugh. I was like, why? Yeah. He said, because if babies are coming into the world laughing, they're fresh from God, they're fresh from source. Evidently, where I'm going is going to be a place that they're coming from. Right. So it's kind of like, why be scared of that? And then on top of that, when you start accepting that death is going to happen to you, you start realizing, bitch, have I really been living? Because like you said something earlier, it's about accepting the reality. And that's a very difficult, and that's, if you want one quick fire way, quick sure way to kill your ego, think about death and sit in it. You will start to have a panic attack. You will feel some type of way, but don't try to escape it. Sit in it. Sit in it. As scary
but that's
as
my brother. You know who you need to talk to?
Who?
Talk to Joe. My brother.
I don't know what's going on.
He's absolutely, that child done got rid of all his social media, so I'll give you his number. Okay. But he is absolutely terrified to think about death. And there was a question, we had a game night over here the other night, and there was a question that went around and it said, what would you put on your headstone?
Okay,
yeah, when you die. And my sister said something funny. She said something like, of course now I can't remember what it was, but mine was, why didn't anybody tell me that had kryptonite in it? You get it? So I named after Superman. That was gonna be what was on my headstone, you know. So, but my brother was like, I don't even want to play that game because I'm terrified to think about, you know, to think about that situation as a whole. So I'm like, you know, I get it. I try not to think about it either because, like your teacher said, why be afraid of the inevitable? Yeah, I get that because two things that are guaranteed in life are death and taxes. You gonna pay them motherfucking taxes.
Well,
and
you don't know the way this
die.
shit going with this shit. I mean, hell, the country might be torn the fuck down, because taxes is
Exactly.
voluntary. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's, I think for certain people like me, because I'm afraid of it because I don't want to leave her behind. You know what I mean? That's what I'm afraid of. I like, she's all good to go. She said I have life insurance. She's good to go. She's all set. And that's another thing. A lot of people out here will be living reckless and, you know, try to be this thug ass nigga and try to be this person, you know, live up to this street ass dude. My man, you ain't even got life insurance, bro.
Yeah.
How your kids gonna eat when you die?
Nigga, you die. GoFundMe.
GoFundMe?
GoFundMe.
You gonna set up a GoFundMe?
GoFundMe.
Like, and that's what people fail to realize. Like, we as a people have to get our shit together.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
We have to move like how, and I hate to say it, how some of these white people are moving.
Yeah.
Let's buy the communities back. Let's, you know what I'm saying, get our shit back so that they can't come in and have control over everything. But then again, there's that fear in the background, like, well, shit, we did that before. They came and burnt all that shit down.
Okay. And Harriet Tubman came back and forth how many goddamn times? See, once again, we have to stop being complacent. That's what we've done, because now niggas is able to get money now. And niggas wasn't getting that before. Let me say something to you. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off and stuff like that. But as far as your brother, I just need his number so we can talk, because that's my bro. I've talked to him in a long time. But here's the thing. For the longest time, I really wasn't fucking with trap niggas. I really wasn't fucking with anything trap. I didn't like going to the whoop because it was a trap ass thing on the list. I didn't do that shit. You knew how I was in high school. A fucking mess. I was low-key a coon. I ain't gonna fucking lie. But
I loved you.
You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, like, I wasn't fucking with it. But after my ego death, I started watching and listening to more trap shit. And, like, even though there's a lot of shit going on in Detroit, I've been watching a lot of documentaries on shit in Chicago. Like, I think it's with LA. Is it LA Capone and, like, Rondo number 9, shit like that. That I just recently was watching this video by this dude who has his YouTube channel called In Phase Media, who's talking about the trap shit that's going on in Baton Rouge with Bootsy and Kevin Gates and young NBA, you know, young boy NBA and all that type of shit. So, and I was like, why the fuck am I watching this shit? I wasn't featuring this shit, but I also realized this is where I feel like a part of my ministry is in. Because here's the thing, when it comes to like thug niggas and trap niggas, yeah, it's dope to play the latest songs and shit, but when you listen to what these niggas really talk about, these niggas is depressed. That's why these niggas hurts. That's why these niggas sipping lean. That's why these niggas destroying themselves. Because, I mean, and I can't be mad at them, because it's like, when you grow up in an area that has a certain community mindset, and it becomes, every day becomes a place of survival. You're a black young man. You're coming from a dilapidated area. You may be living in Section 8 or whatever the case may be, or you might be in an area that's not very good or whatever the case may be, or that's, you know what I'm saying, in poverty and stuff like that. So when you walk outside, you're seeing something visually that's already depressing you. And then on top of that, you ain't gonna go get a regular job, because it's like, who the fuck wants to get a regular job and deal with some shit? But then you see some niggas on the corner that's saying like, bro, I can make, in what you make in a whole year, I can make in a matter of like a day. Like, nigga, are you kidding me? So then it becomes that. So then now, especially with rap and music, and I've been thinking to myself, like, it's so many rappers now. I'd be like, nigga, how many? It's so many little young motherfuckers and little motherfuckers, and I'd be like, but
all
see,
you need is a hard beat.
Yeah,
that's all you need is a hard beat.
Here's the thing, though. This is the crazy part. It's so many of them, and what happens is that a lot of times when they go in and they get discovered by like a talent scout or something like that, or, you know, a music industry rep or whatever the case may be, or they come in and they see it and like, oh, wow, this is dope, it's hot, we like you, we work for so-and-so, let's come in. They'll come in and they gonna shortchange you. It's stories of motherfuckers that say like, there was 10 G's right there on the table. It's enticing. A lot of motherfuckers ain't seen 10 G's in their life at one time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's right there. Man, with a contract, they sign a contract not knowing that you literally signing your life away. And they want you to keep promoting music. And here's the thing. I don't have nothing against trap music. I love Sada. I love Drago. I love TV. I love the shit. I know the shit is dope. It's fun. There's a time and a place for everything. But at the same time, when it gets to a point to where motherfuckers actually have to start living what it is that they're saying. See, this is the funny part. White people have the opportunity to create movies and shit that's science fiction and all that shit. And they can have a fantasy. But when it comes to black people, it has to be a certain type of narrative in order for it to be black. And a lot of times it ends up in death. It ends up in death. It ends up in incarceration. And it's like we don't want to face that, and we accept that being the only reality that there is. And to be honest, it's really not. We're allowing it to happen. And a lot of times I understand we don't know what to do. We fucked up. We don't have mental health resources. We can't allow motherfuckers suffering from PTSD. They didn't see their old dude get shot, or shit, they got shot themselves. They can't talk it out. They can't be emotional, because if you're being emotional, you're a bitch. So it's like, what do? You internalize that. And a lot of these niggas, I'm sorry, all these niggas, I ain't a lot, all these niggas just won't love. That's why when it comes to the brotherly thing, bros over hoes, because it's a common bond and love there, but it's a trauma bond because it's a bunch of niggas coming together. You ever seen Pinocchio in the Land of Lost Boys? Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck is going on. It's the Land of Lost Boys. Everybody doing the same thing, and now these lost boys have become grown boys, and they doing all this shit, and we are allowing it to happen, and that's why the responsibility is on us.
They keep passing it down from generation to generation to generation. It's not okay for the black man to cry. It's not okay for the black man to feel vulnerable and be open. It's not okay for him to do those things, because systematically it's not accepted. It's considered weak. It's frowned upon. You a whole ass nigga. You a ham if you do that. You know, and it's not okay. It's not okay. Crazy. It's never been okay.
How you gonna sit here and say that I don't have no feelings, man? Yes, you do. There is a feeling that a lot of motherfuckers is fluid in, and that's anger. That's an emotion. That's an emotion. Anger is an emotion. That's very fluid. Y'all would kill niggas because a nigga said something about you. You would kill a nigga because a nigga said something about one of your dead homies. He's talking shit. Let that nigga talk shit. If he was about that life, the nigga would pull up. He got to put it in a song.
And a lot of niggas don't know how to control that. A lot of niggas don't know how to keep that under wraps until it's too late. You be done fucked around and got shot, and now you paralyzed from the waist down because you didn't know how to control your anger. You don't know how to control your mouth. And I can't be a hypocrite because I have a mouth. I have a mouth on me. But what I realized about myself, as you get older, especially when you have things to lose now, because now I got a kid. I can't talk that much shit. I can't go up and fight Shaquana on the block because I'm mad at what she said. You know what I'm saying? I have shit to lose now. A lot of niggas don't think like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a rarity when you see a nigga actually being able to control his emotions and actually being able to express them, like how we're having this conversation right now. A lot of niggas can't do that because a lot of niggas don't know how to be open, and they don't know how to say what's on their mind because they weren't brought up like that.
Yeah, but then also too, like you said, it also goes back to the training, because like you said in that one example you gave, when that little boy picked up a Barbie, he got hit.
Yeah.
Why you being a bitch? You a little bitch. And so it's like when you hear that growing up, and it's like now you get to, and here's to be the fucked up part, like y'all sit here and talk about, and this is not me judging, this is me being honest. I ain't judging nobody, but before we can move forward, just like when you go to a support group, before you can move forward to healing, you got to accept the shit that's going on in order to move forward. So here's the thing. This the funny part. Niggas over here saying bros over hoes, calling women bitches, they ain't nothing but cum rags, all this shit. I done murked this bitch. I done caught this bitch from going through my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You fell victim to my lust, my bad boo, but you so cold and so that bitch I had to. All this shit. Sad. But then once again, you feel some type of way when you, and I hope when I say this, I don't want to say this to trigger you, because I know that you is a good ass mother. But I'm just saying that there's other people too, as far as the karmatic laws is concerned. There's gonna be a lot of niggas who's gonna be surprised, because guess what? Your little baby girl that's become the apple of your eye is gonna have to grow up, and she's gonna fill out just like the women you be talking about and be dogging. And guess what? The same shit you did to other women is gonna happen to your daughter. And here's the thing. A lot of motherfuckers realizing that shit now, which is why I'm glad. It's better. I'd rather you get it sooner than later. I'd rather you get it sooner. But if you get it later, that's cool. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers now who do have kids and be like, whoa, wait a minute, you know. I really fucked up. So now their penance is now they have to be a good father, which means now they have to control themselves. I can't sit here and call a girl and be like, oh, let me fuck this bitch and hit this bitch, but then I got a daughter. You start becoming cognitive of that. You start realizing that, and then therefore you can move differently. But that's the karmatic thing, and that's the sad part for a lot of these dudes.
And
it's
the scary part about it, because I would hate for her, and I would say this to her father, you know, during arguments. I would say, would you want her to deal with somebody like you? Would you want her to be with somebody like you? Would you want her to be treated how you're treating me right now? A lot of the times that question would just be blown off. It wouldn't be answered. Right. Because in reality, the answer is no, nigga. You don't want to see her go through the same shit that I'm going through, but you're not willing to change yourself and do better within yourself and treat me better. You know what I mean? And to me, this is what pisses me off about a lot of black women. And I'm gonna be real.
Come on, we free over here. We free over here.
You know, look, you know, I don't care who I piss off. Yeah, a lot of black women are not willing to remove themselves out of certain situations because of the love that they have for a specific nigga. You know what I'm saying? Over their kids. Yeah. A lot of the time they will stay in these toxic, abusive relationships and allow their children to watch this and think that it's okay. Their sons are thinking, oh, hey, well, mommy gets punched in the face. I can go punch my girl in the face. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be okay because mommy never left, so my girl ain't going to leave. And then here my little girl is thinking, oh, well, mommy gets punched in the face. It's okay for me to get punched. That's not okay. So it all ties back into breaking these things that we grew up with. It is not okay. And then to rewind back a little bit, what you said about like the drug dealers and stuff like that, and the things that these people rap about in their music and the things that they talk about, and them being so depressed that all they do is take drugs. What was that rapper's name? The guy who just he swallowed like a whole bunch of perks or something like that to try to hide it from. What was his name?
Talking about Juice WRLD?
Him. He swallowed all them perks to try to hide him from the cops, and I'm like, bro, why? Like, what? Why?
Keep talking.
Like,
I can hear you. Keep talking to get some water ready. Keep talking.
No, go ahead. And then the guy who died before him, the XXX guy, I'm like, dude, like it's so depressing to see like just this continuous cycle over and over and over again, and it's just not okay. And I feel like a lot of black men don't have an outlet to where they can go. And here's something that's really, really messed up. And I'm gonna personally DM you because I know you know who I'm talking about when I'm not gonna say the name, but I know you're going to know who I'm talking. There was somebody that we both went to high school with who has been super depressed for a really long time and has been suicidal for very many years. And he's really close with my brother. Okay. He called the National Suicide Helpline. They put this man on hold for an hour.
Wow.
If you're contemplating suicide, at that moment, what the fuck makes you think I'm going to want to be on hold for an hour? Yeah. So we don't have that outlet. We don't have an avenue to go and talk about certain things because it's just not available to us. Who the fuck? What suicide hotline put somebody on hold for an hour? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you who it is later on, but it that shit tripped me out. I'm like, are you serious? What? Like. So the whole world is ass backwards, and it's so scary to even think that. Like, I was scared to have more kids because I don't want to bring them up in this world. It's so ugly and it's so dark, and it's scary to even think about. It's too much. Yeah, it's too much. I saw a video today of a man teaching his son how to relax and breathe with a knee on his neck. Why is that something that we have to teach our kids? Why are we not teaching them how to play catch or catch a football or play baseball and things like that? Why is this the norm? Why is that the norm? And it stems back to what you said in the previous live where they're jealous of us being, you know, royalty and coming from, you know what I mean, such spectacular things that they can't face it. So they try to kill us off one by one until it's just them. But then again, it's like if it's just y'all, who y'all gonna steal from?
Exactly. They, to
You know
be
what I
honest,
mean?
they need us. They need us, and that's why they're using us in that way. And even what we're dealing with, like when we're talking about, you know, the whole trap shit or whatever. Once again, that is the after effect. See, what was done to us
Yeah.
psychologically through slavery has found its way here, and especially when the crack
Yes.
epidemic came through, it really destroyed. Because there was a point in
Very
time
bad.
during the 60s and 70s, black people were finally uniting. We were united together. We was wearing our natural hair. We was power to the people. We was all this, but that crack
Yep.
shit came in and really
Mm-hmm.
dismantled us to where we ended up being dependent on them. And here's the crazy part: like we over here fighting over neighborhood and turf that don't belong to us. And then on top of that, no shade to any other ethnic group. I love everybody, but just factually speaking, you can have Chaldeans and Arabic people and Oriental people come into the neighborhood and completely suck you dry. But then if somebody open up a mom and pop shop and they selling some shit, instead of you paying the full price, you want to talk about, hey, yo, bro, give me a discount. It's
Right.
just like, but see,
Right.
once again, I can't really be mad because at this point, we're really just doing what it is that we can do. And a lot of times we get so caught up in our own pain that we start to believe what the pain tells us. And I felt that way, which when I had that suicidal thing, like, and I had that brownie experience. And here's the thing, I'm so glad about it. And that's why I love spirituality, because one big element about spirituality is accountability. And one thing that people don't want to be accountable for is that they have to clean up the mess that somebody else made in their life. It's not, you're not responsible for what they did to you. And it could be fucked up and you could be justified in your pain. But one thing that you're going to have to do in order for you to live your life is you're going to have to learn to heal from that shit on your own. And sometimes you're not going to get any gratification. You're not going to get a resolve to it. Ain't nobody going to come by and try to give you any closure. Sometimes you're going to have to learn to move forward. But that's where you find your power. Because when you can pull yourself out of shit that someone else created for you, you look at life differently. And when I had that ego death with that brownie, I had to face something that I couldn't run away from. See, niggas, see, we can get up and run away. I can turn this off. I can go shut myself off. I can do all stuff. But when I had something going on that in spite of, it was crazy because it was like I was having all of my senses, all six of them, including the sixth sense. I felt like I was experiencing something spiritual to where nothing in my years of going to church, religion, all this stuff prepared me for this shit. It fucked me up, but it fucked me up in a good way. And a lot of times that ego death that I have, it might come to dudes, and it's sad because some people have to learn the hard way of getting shot and your ass being paralyzed, but it doesn't have to be that way. But you can make it that way because you have a choice. Like, these individuals have choices. But see, we don't want to talk about that because once again, it's accountability. Once you stand on your own, you realize your power. Go ahead.
And no, you're absolutely right. Because that's one of the biggest problems in the Black community. We don't want to take responsibility for the shit that we do. And that, again, ties back into us killing our own people.
Yeah.
We don't want to take responsibility for that shit because it's like, it's so easy to blame, oh, this white cop, killed all these black people, but you ain't gonna talk about Ray Ray killing Boo Boo down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? Why is that? Why can't we take responsibility? And a lot of people don't want to look at that and face that because they don't know how to take responsibility. Period. And that's just what it is. And that it sucks, to think that ties into so many things. And it ties into, being a parent. A lot of parents don't like to take responsibility. A lot of in relationships, your partner won't take responsibility. And it sucks. So when you become grown enough,
just to let you know,
enough,
I'm sorry, we got a minute and 27 minutes remaining. Are we coming back? We gonna be on here. We gonna be talking for a while. So I hope that y'all gonna stay up. Y'all ain't doing shit now. If you take your ass outside with this corona shit, because it lifted it a little bit, just be safe. But bitch, you could be at the house listening to this.
Okay.
Because we know some crazy shit. But I'm sorry, you got a minute and 5 seconds. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, really, just to tie everything up that I was saying, is just that my biggest point is to break those curses that we've been born into and we've been bred to believe. And we, once we can break those, because that's another chain that has us on lock. Once we can break that chain, we'll be good to go. Because think about it. there's a lot of black mothers who can't deal with their black daughters. Have you ever seen a black mother be jealous of her own black daughter? Why? Why? Let's talk about that.
Well, we can talk about it. We can talk
not
about
in a minute. In 20 seconds, we can't.
Well, no, that's not. Like I said, I'm coming back. I'm coming back because I'm gonna start doing more of these because I want to have these conversations.
Oh, please.
And I can put these on my YouTube channel so I can have consistent content. But we gonna talk about a lot of stuff. My friend Mr. joined. Like I said, Mr. gonna be doing a live on Tuesday. What black women, Mr.
Okay.
Do you see this woman right here? She better be on your live next Tuesday because I need her up there.
I got your name now.
I'm about to be back. About to be back.
Mm-hmm.
We back live, y'all. I am really enjoying this conversation. I really am. I really appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with us. I'm about to bring you back. Sun Kissed Curls back in here. You came back in at 12:15. Wow. I feel like somebody, y'all. We gonna bring my girl back on in a few. But I hope that y'all doing well. I hope that you guys are doing okay. And that we're here to have honest conversations. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, we can't talk about everything in this video. This is the damn, third live that I done did? But it's okay because I enjoy this conversation. We need to have these conversations. Let me go ahead and bring my girl back on. Here we go. I'm about to send you. Come back in, mamas. Come back in, mamas. Cut this down real quick.
Hey.
All right, we back. We back.
I'm back.
We back.
I'm back.
We back.
We back. We is back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. I might have to set you up for just a second because sis got to use the bathroom. So, that wine be flowing through you, honey.
Uh-oh. Go handle your business.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
You good. You good. You was good. But y'all, like I just said, I want to encourage my brothers and sisters. That's one thing that I really want to do and that I'm going to do. And that's imperative that we all do. We need to encourage each other because at this point in time, America is showing us that we really are that we got, which is the sad part because in all actuality, in the realm of spirituality that transcends all this social construct bullshit, we really all in this together. All of us, no matter what color, we all breathe in the same air and we all have to live on the same planet. It's so funny we over here having wars and fighting with each other and we all have to live here. What in the fuck? Everybody has a chance to be happy and everybody has a chance to be free. But once again, with superiority, that's some egoic shit. Which means, guess what? I ain't about to share shit with nobody. But here's the thing about spirituality that I love. Like I said, there's supernatural things happening in the universe. Now, in the narrative of the scripture of the Bible, there's a scripture that reads, "Let us make man after our image, after our likeness." And like I said before, bitch, who the fuck is our? There's multiple things working. So even though God's source universe is loving, is forgiving, throws shit in the sea of forgetfulness, it's just, there's redemption no matter where you're at. There are still other universal laws at play, such as karma, who is waiting and is calculated. And the age that we're in now, we're transitioning, we're transitioning from the age of Pisces, if I'm not mistaken, into the age of Aquarius. Now, it's going to take a few 200, 300 years before we actually enter into the age of Aquarius. But here's the thing. In the transitional period, it's going to be very bloody. It's going to be very, very bloody because everything is being torn down. I mean, I just recently watched, I'm going to be done. I'm sorry, I just want to say this part real quick. Me and my spiritual teacher recently watched this documentary on Netflix, and I suggest that you guys take the time out to watch it. It's a documentary on Jeffrey Epstein. It's about this rich white billionaire. I mean, multi-billionaire. Had money, all this stuff. This mother sick, deviant, son of a bitch, had a whole sex trafficking ring, all including underage girls. He was molesting, raping, and selling underage girls to all these powerful people. And here is the thing. He was able to buy his way. He was able to use the one thing that white America has at their disposal, which is money, which unfortunately, like I said, in this world, money is power. You know what I'm saying? In the eyes of the ego, it's the root of all evil, but in the eyes of the higher self, it's the answer to all problems. This nigga was able to buy his way out of shit. I mean, it was shit, court shit, legal shit that was happening. It was like, wait a minute. How is that possible? There's nowhere in all of mine. They got lawyers who are baffled. Like, how the fuck this happened? What type? Because he had the money. But guess what? Once again, this is some spiritual shit. And spiritual shit transcends all this shit because that's the only thing that fucking matters. Here's the thing. His ass got caught, was convicted, and he apparently committed suicide. But the way that his brother, who paid, I forgot what they're called. It's on the tip of my tongue, and this is so stupid because I should know this. Anyway, they exhumed his body, performed the autopsy, and found out that the way that, I guess, some area up in here or some shit, the way that it was broken, there was no way that could have occurred through him suffocating himself. It was as though somebody killed him. So here's the thing. Even with money, motherfuckers getting caught. And also, too, with white America, one thing that they're really afraid of is the fact that, statistically speaking, they are becoming a minority now. They're becoming one of us. And they're afraid because they think that once your ass get down to a low number, we gonna do some shit. But it's like, no, I mean, I remember when I watched Roots, when they were going to the whole training camp or whatever, and they surrounded the enemy, and they said, what do you do to the enemy when you have them surrounded? Oh, you kill him. He said, no, you open up the circle and allow the enemy to leave so that they can think about what they've done. See, those type of people we were. We were very loving, caring people, but we would protect ourselves by any means, but we weren't trying to hunt, and we weren't legalistic, and we weren't with superiority. White people at large, unfortunately, believe the other way, which is why they losing their damn minds, because they're used to having everything their way. And the universe is like, I'm sorry, girl. It's time for you to get the fuck up and to move on. And it's okay. You ain't got to be mad. Everything good must come to an end. It's just the fact that now y'all had y'all turn for so long, it's now it's time for everybody else to have a turn. And the scary part about it that I'm afraid of is that white America is going to be in their ego so tough that they're going to be like, well, bitch, if we can't have this motherfucker, can't nobody have this motherfucker. And that's what I'm afraid of. But let's go ahead and jump back into the conversation. Wait, I was talking, wait for her to come back. You said what now?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute, you freezing.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. You was freezing for a minute.
Uh-oh.
You know what I was going to say? Don't be mad at me.
No,
I've never seen your roots.
Huh?
I've never seen your roots.
It's okay, because there's some black people who have never seen Friday. They ain't never seen New Jack City. They ain't never seen any of these black staple films. And that's okay. But see, this is the time to also educate yourself. So
yeah,
you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I'd never heard that before.
See, and that's okay. I mean, you know, to be honest, I really didn't watch Roots like that until I had a class at one of when I was going to Wayne State and stuff like that a few semesters ago. And I felt bad because I'm like, damn, I should have seen this. I remember back in the day, my father told me they had white motherfuckers against the lockers and shit. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But
really,
because it's like it's the thing here. Like just like Sunkissed Curl said, she said, right now we are in retrograde. It's time to discuss the shadow self. And my phone didn't go off. I'm sorry, I be setting alarms for my retrograde, so I know, but like, oh shit, let me really make sure I got my shit together before this shit happens. But yes, discuss the shadow self. That's exactly the thing. We need to discuss the shadow self. We need to discuss the ego. We need to discuss these things that keep us, the things that we're hiding, the things that we're afraid to express, the things that we're afraid to open up about because of the fears and the illusions. Fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. That shit ain't real. It's put in place to keep you bound.
You better talk that shit.
It keeps you bound.
I've never heard that before.
Huh?
I've never heard that before.
I learned that in church. That's crazy. I was like, see, I pay attention to church because sometimes in church they say something, sometimes not all the time, sometimes, you know. But I mean, that's the thing. Like that's like even when we was talking about a lot of heterosexual cisgender men being able to be open and to be vulnerable is because they never really had a chance to experience that, and they never really had a role model to see a man do that. Like, for example, I was watching, it's this docu series on YouTube, and I think it's by Vice, and it's called Last Chance High, and it's in Chicago, and it's a secondary school. You saw it? You saw it? Now, here's one part that really broke my heart. There was one boy who was just fighting everybody, just beating everybody up, doing all this shit, all that stuff. His father is in jail. I think there you go. Thank you, Cortez. He had a few of his family members get shot and killed in front of him, and they asked him, "But what do you want to do?" "Oh, I just wish that my father could come out and we could just be a family." And then what happened was there was this dude who was a pastor who was trying to be a strong mentor in his life and a lot of other people's lives, and he said, "Well, I'll go take you to go talk to your father. I'll take you personally." Took him to go talk to his father. Yeah, but when he walked to the room, you know what happened? They were talking to each other, but they was not looking at each other.
No.
He was looking this way, and his father was looking that way. So it was like they talked. So how you feeling, son? How you do?
It's too much pain. It's too much pain, and that's what it was. And you want to know the even crazier part about that?
What's up?
Was it him? It was it was a chubby kid on there.
Oh yes, please talk about that. Go ahead, tell him about that.
I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name, but he was sweet as pie. Like, you could tell he was a sweetheart, but you could tell he was troubled. He actually ended up dying after the documentary. Yeah, he got shot. He got shot and died. And I can't remember his name. And he was so sweet, and it broke my heart when I found out.
Is that the same one who ended up, because I think he did something like burnt down the house? He was so traumatized and he developed a stutter.
No. Yeah, no, it was him. It was him.
The one that had the stutter.
It was him. He ended up dying.
Oh, was it my God.
Oh my God. Who was it? Hold on, because I might be wrong. I could be wrong.
Please don't, because I'm like,
go back and look.
But that,
one of them.
Go ahead.
One of them ended up dying, and it was one of my favorites. It was one of the chunkier kids. I can't remember his name.
That was the only chunky kid that I remember.
I'm gonna go look it up, and
Did he end up going to the basketball game with that coach?
Yeah, I remember that because I watched that a couple of years ago. I don't think it was. I don't think it was him. It might have been him.
Okay.
Damn, which one of them kids passed away? I can't remember, but once I figure it out, I'll send it to you. But one of them kids ended up dying, and it was like super sad. One of them got shot in a gang shootout or something crazy like that. It was so sad. And they don't have any updates on any of the kids because I've been looking. I have been looking. Sorry if y'all hear noise. It's my dad.
You is good. You is perfectly fine.
But yeah, one of them kids, I can't remember which one, but that whole documentary broke my heart because I'm like, remember the little girl that kept spitting on people? I'm like, what the hell? So, things like that. And then that school ended up closing down.
Oh my God. That was the only one. And that's why I said we have to hold ourselves accountable, because it's like, I understand we're dealing with the pain, but we have to deal with the pain, like Sunkissed Curl said, dealing with the shadow self. We're afraid, we're scared, we're terrified. And it's like, we want our moms, we want our dads, we want a loved one or a guardian to hug us and to give us positive affirmation in an affectionate type of way. Now, me, thankfully, I'm blessed, and I'm just being honest, I'm thankful for my situation because I have a mother and father who have been together for over 30 years and love each other, never stepped out on each other, and helped create this wonderful family unit. But here's the thing. It's not just tangible to people who had a role or has something to look up to as far as a model in reference to what healthy Black love looks like and how fruitful that can be. That is something that you can adapt and you can have in your life. But once again, we have to go through the pain in order to get that. Get that. And it's kind of like with all these things, like, here's the thing about emotion, it's so crazy. We're so afraid of it. We're afraid to fall for people. We're afraid to trust people. We're afraid to believe people, because if I open up to you and you hurt me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive that. And
Yep.
you need to ask yourself that question before you enter into something. If it does not work out, will I be able to survive the inevitable? And that's why I really say, for me, what helps me to keep me grounded is to accept death, because one day it's not gonna matter whether you want it to or not. So a lot of times I'd be like, why the fuck am I tripping about some shit that if I die, it's not gonna fucking matter? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, when you start looking at it that way, you start to balance yourself, because really when people get scared, it's really the ego not wanting to let go of any of this shit. It wants to hold on to this shit. It wants to hold on to the material world. That's basically what you feel like. And I remember there were times where I would literally, it would hit me normally when I would end up going to bed around that time. And there were times where I would lay down and I would get the fuck up and like be in a brisk walk, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But then I think to myself, well, I mean, Beyonce gonna die, Jay-Z gonna die. So I'm like, okay, well, I ain't the only one. But see what that does? That shows equality. And that's why a lot of times I do a lot of comparison, because like people are like, why are you trying to compare? It's like, no, if a motherfucker who had less than you was able to make it, what did that say about you? But see, you don't want to talk about yourself because we love being victims. Or a lot of times we get trapped in victimhood. We get trapped in it. And we end up becoming the victimizer. And that's exactly what a lot of us in the Black community are doing. We have become victims. So eventually, over time, when you don't deal with this shit, you don't heal from this shit, you end up doing it to someone else. We can see what happened like with R. Kelly. When we looked at the docuseries, look what happened to him first.
Ooh, baby.
But see, they want to try to put a narrative to it. Oh, you're gay, whatever the case, because we can talk about that too. But at the end of the day, whether it's gay or straight, the reason why that's happening is because it's a power issue thing. They had their innocence taken from them, so therefore someone was dominant over them. So now they have the need to want to be dominant over someone else, which is why they do a lot of sick, twisted, demented things to these girls, because it makes them feel powerful. And then when you have money attached to that, that's a dangerous thing. Let me shut up because I'm talking too much. You go ahead and talk.
No, it's a whole new ballgame. No, I'm listening. And then I was going to ask you to elaborate on the shadow self a little bit, because that's a term that I'd never heard before. Okay. So
this is my
educate me on what that is.
This is my interpretation. I know there's other interpretations and ideas of shadow self. The way that my spiritual path and journey is going so far really deals with the ego. And to me, the shadow self is the ego. It's the thing that wants temporal, instant gratification. That's why in this narratives of the scripture of the Bible, that's why Jesus said that he doesn't like lust, or, you know, the fact of lust, because lust is right now. Lust doesn't think about the bigger picture. It just wants what it wants right now. And the problem with lust is that once you get what you got, you're going to want more and more. It's kind of like cancer. See, cancer is not cognitive of the fact that if it keeps multiplying, it's going to destroy the host. But that's what cancer ended up doing. If it's not checked and resolved, it will continue to multiply. That's what the ego loves. So when you start delving into spirituality and start figuring out more of yourself, or like I said, for me, looking at death and dealing with death, it'll help you deal with your ego, because then it'll help you to see clearer. Now, at first, when you're doing spirituality, I hope I answered your question, because I'm just talking. Did I answer your question?
No, you didn't.
I didn't?
You did.
Oh,
no,
I did.
You
okay,
did.
I'm sorry. But with spirituality, like I said, one big thing is accountability. And when you're spiritual, you start seeing a lot of different things. And for me in the beginning, I was like a baby. I was crying. I was sensitive to everything. I felt like a newborn baby. But according to the narrative, it's like being born again. You're literally born again. It says a lot of times, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus, which to me is basically just the mindset of love, the mindset of power, the mindset of loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, you're connected to something that can never be torn. So therefore, it's a continuous flow. And what we do, say for example, you have a cup, right?
Okay.
And you have other people in your life. For example, let's use you, for example, you're a mom. I'm just using you as an example. Not saying this is technically you, but just you're a mom.
Right.
You have things in your cup. You have to pour out things in your cup for your daughter to take care of her. You got to pour out things in your cup in your own personal lives. You have to pull out things in your cup in reference to your job. You have to do all these things. And a lot of times when it's like, okay, when am I going to get to me? And you finally get to you, you realize there's nothing in the cup for you. And especially if something detrimental, like you said, that happened to you in 2018, if you ain't got nothing in your cup and then that hits, It's like, oh, wow. But that's why self-love is important, because when you love yourself for real and hold yourself accountable and you die into your flesh and your ego daily, you start realizing that I deserve to live my best life. But you got to face all that shit first.
And you know what? It took me 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, I see your ass. Why you keep joining? I see you. It took me 2 years to understand that. When I was in that situation, I didn't know what self-love was.
Mm-hmm.
All I knew was, I want to keep this man happy. I want to keep this man in my life. I want my family. I want it to be this picture perfect family. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to be another statistic. I didn't want to be a single black mom. I didn't want to be that. So I went through so much trying to keep this happy family, not realizing what kind of toll it was taking on me. I had to have one of my friends come over, and she literally, and this is what kind of made me wake up. This is what made me realize. She came over to my house and she begged me. She cried to me. She cried real tears and was like, can you please let go of this demon? Let go of that demon. It is weighing on your spirit and I can see it. It was so much so to the point where, you know how my hair is. My hair is really thick. I have a lot of hair. I was bald in the front.
Wow.
That's how stressed out I was. Because not only was I going through postpartum depression after having a baby, I was going through postpartum shedding and so many other things that a lot of people don't talk about, because it's like, oh, well, everybody else has to deal with it, so it's your turn to deal with it. Just deal with it, you know. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, you know. I keep getting calls and texts. I don't know what that means, Robert. It sucked. And that was the breaking point for me. When I had a friend come to me and actually cry real tears because I saw that she cared enough about me to be like, you need to let this go. I let it go. And now it's so hard. And this is kind of like it's like a, you know, one of the pros and cons, but this is a con. It's so hard for anybody to get into my personal life now, because I'm like, wait a minute. Are you gonna hurt me? What are you here for? You know, I got this wall up now where it's like, I ain't messing with you because I feel like your intentions are bad. And that's the thing. You got to check people's energy. These days, I'm all about energy and vibes. If your energy not right, I'm not messing with you. I can't. I enjoy my peace too much. A lot of people don't understand that. Your peace is everything. Everything. If you let somebody come in and destroy your peace, once you lose control of that,
it's over with.
It's over with. It's over with. You have it. I used to be the girl who'd be like, oh, you let this man do this to you. You feel like you want to kill yourself over this man, until I was in that position. And then after that, I didn't judge nobody no more. Because I realized that God will put you in a position to where you can be just like the person that you judging right now.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that until I was put in that position. Honey, I wanted to kill myself.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
That ain't a joke. That's not a joke. That shit is real, because you can't come back from that.
And that's the thing. It happens to everybody.
It does.
It's going to. That's the thing. That's why we're in my spirit. I didn't mean to cut you. I just want to say this one part. You can continue to go, because I wanted you to continue your flow. But here's one thing my spiritual teacher said to me that was so crazy, and it was like, wow, I love this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But he said, we're unique, but we're not special. We're unique, but we're not special. And we have these things that we put on me. Oh, look how much money I got. Look how many holes I got. Look at all I got. That's why the ego loves that shit, because the ego is trying to compensate for something that it really don't have. Because a lot of the motherfuckers having all that shit, it's kind of like, okay, I buy. That's why a lot of motherfuckers who have a whole bunch of money end up doing evil and demonic shit, because it'd be like, I done everything under the sun. I have money to do whatever the hell I want to do, and I've done it all. So what else is there to do? Eat
what else
shit.
can I do?
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And I just want to say something real quick in reference to what you were saying as far as opening up. That's the, when it comes to dating and stuff like that, and I feel bad because I feel like I should just let you continue your story before I just cut you off.
No, please, we're having a conversation.
Okay. I just want to be sure. I just want to be respectful.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
For, oh man, wow. For me, in my dating experience, I've always been the individual who I've always met someone after they realize that they are done. They're done.
Yeah. I
ain't let nobody in. And then they meet me and they got all these contradictions, but because of the motherfucker that I am, bitch, there's truth ringing in what I do. And it gets to a point to where now it's like, wait a minute. I done put this threshold here, you didn't cross that. I done put this threshold here, you didn't cross that. Niggas normally don't cross this threshold, but then they do that. Then now all of a sudden, it's like now I'm starting to catch feelings. I'm being vulnerable. And the last time I did that, that pain was so traumatizing to where I did not want to deal with it ever again. So even if your ass is the motherfucker that God has for me, that's going to be a blessing to me and my child, I'd rather just say no and take my chances. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't need anybody, first of all, because the fact that you came in this world by yourself and you leaving this bitch by yourself reminds you that you have everything that you goddamn need. Everything else is complimentary. Everything else I want. And that's one thing I have to realize. I thought I needed a relationship. But see, I needed a relationship because I thought that if I would have poured all my love on this person, that one day, and I've always met motherfuckers who was at the worst. They was at their worst. And I felt like I had to be save a nigga to show you, let me love you. Let me do all these things for you. And then the fucked up part is that they will never be able to give me what it is that I was able to give, because first of all, they can't even believe that it's real, that it's coming, they're receiving it. And then on top of that, I'm trying to get someone to love me who don't love themselves. They can't even believe it. And I'm wasting my own time doing that to myself.
They don't know what love is.
Yeah, we do this to ourselves. Even though I came from a family that is together and close-knit. Look what that don't mean shit. We all have to learn something. But see, the ego has found a way to ignore it. If I have money, I obviously I'm doing good. If people know who I am, bitch, obviously I'm doing good. If I live here and drive this, bitch, obviously I'm doing good. All these things in the ego, but then at night when you by your goddamn self, them goddamn demons is fucking you up, and then you feel some type of way about it. Now let me shut up.
Because that money and them cars and them clothes and all that shit can't save you.
Yep. And you can't take it
by yourself. Exactly. When you by yourself and you having those thoughts to yourself, all that shit can't save you.
Nope.
So the thing is, like, you have to realize within yourself, and it ties back into the self-love thing. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that was until the day I woke up and realized I don't want this little girl to think that this is what love is, because it's not.
Yes.
It's not. You know, so there's a lot of things, and that ties back into the, holding yourself accountable. A lot of niggas can't do that.
Exactly.
A lot of niggas can't do that because her father wasn't willing to do that. And that's why we didn't last, because there was a lot of things that he did to me that I would have never even dreamt to have done to him. Here I am trying to give you all of me when it's not appreciated, or it's just thrown into the trash. So me thinking, why the fuck would I even try to give that to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like to be taken for granted, or why would I even try? What's the point? So now I'm in this fucked up situation where it's like, I never want to love again. I don't even want to get married. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a fucked up cycle. It's a fucked up vicious cycle.
But but see, here's the part that's crazy. Because like I was saying, from my experience, they're gonna always. Here's the thing: God sometimes God source, whatever you want to call it. It's known by many names. Will remind you that it is real and that it exists. Because what happens is that a lot of times when you really receive love, it's really when you least expect it. But that's why self-love is important, because it's going to happen. Because here's the thing. There is no might or maybe. There is Not even just one person. God got motherfuckers covered so much to where it's like, bitch, we got 18 motherfuckers ready for you. Some of your soulmate probably got shot and killed or something. You don't know. But you have it out there. But there's going to be somebody out there who is going to love you so much. And not only love you, but love the extension of you known as your daughter. And your daughter, first of all, like you said, you don't need anybody. You have yourself. And you can teach your daughter how to be a strong black woman, because there might come a point to which, especially with how our black sisters are treated in America today, black women need to become strong. And to be honest, women and LGBT people have really been the backbone, really, of the black community.
Yes,
women have done so much, have taken so much, but yet y'all get your asses up and will work 2-3 jobs and do all that shit, and you realize you got a responsibility, but then motherfuckers want to sit on the couch and play PS4 and do all this shit and think you should just come serve some pussy up, and you want to be treated like a king, but you haven't done king shit.
Exactly.
So
exactly,
you know,
and that's what it is. Like, we get up every day. It don't matter if I'm sick, if I'm tired, if I'm going through depression. Like I said, I had not PTSD, what is it called? The shit you have after you have a baby.
I know what you mean. Postmortem. Not postmortem. That's death. Postmortem. Fuck. I'm sorry. I forgot. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, the shit. I can't remember the name of it. I said it earlier, but when you have that and you still have to get up every day and feed this child and do for this child, and it's hard. And a lot of the thing that kills me the most is that niggas will watch their own mother go through this shit and repeat the cycle anyway. Like, you watched your own mama grow up, be a single black mom. You watched how much she had to struggle just to raise y'all as kids.
Thank you, Wesley and Jay. Thank you.
Yeah, postpartum depression. You will watch your own mother go through this type of shit and repeat the cycle anyways. Why?
Because there's something there in reference to what it is that they dealt with. Because a lot of shit that's happening is a result of unresolved victimhood in their own personal life. And like I said, especially being a black man, especially in the areas that we live in, a lot of times it's just a way of survival. That's why a lot of these dudes out here that's getting this money and talking about this shoot 'em up bang bang really ain't about shoot 'em up bang bang. For example, what's that goddamn skittlehead ass nigga? What's his name?
6ix9ine.
That motherfucker 69, the sex number, bitch. The fact that he over here talking big man, little man. Okay, well, when the bullets start flying, all the colors is gonna be one color, girl, and it's not gonna be the blood of the Lamb of God. It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be your shit. So it's kind of like, but that's the thing, and people losing their lives over this. But once again, we're caught. We don't know, and then some of them, I feel like there's a lot of them deal with guilt and shame. They know it's wrong, but because of the fraternity that they're part of. And for fraternities, it's like, listen, nigga, the only way out is in a box. And they're afraid of that. Because there are some individuals who do have a wake-up moment. I mean, like, for example, like I said, the T Grizzly song, I had to. When he talked about he had to kill his, I don't know if this is true, this is speculative, but just taking the narrative of the story. Because there's some motherfuckers who have done this shit. Killed his best friend because your best friend decided that the shit that he was doing was wrong. Because here's the thing, you gonna win on Earth. You gonna win on Earth. But in this, I don't believe in hell or in the concept of that either. You know, we can talk about that later. But here's the thing. Yes, thank you, Wesley. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But it's like you have people that will do that shit, and it's like, we best friends. But see, once again, they wake up in that shit. And a lot of the OGs that end up living and talking about this shit, you know what's so crazy? They doing the one thing we doing right now. They actually talking. They talking. Even though I don't feature Boosie Badass Bottom, even though I don't feature that goddamn cockroach bitch, even though I don't feature that goddamn diabetic raccoon eye asshole, even though I don't feature that motherfucking lost character skin to Ermac on Mortal Kombat bitch. Even though I don't feature him, he is, I have to be factual, he is an OG in Baton Rouge. He is like a king there. And at the same time, he has said some shit I was like, okay, I can agree with that. Even though you trash, nigga, I can still agree with that. So once again, they were able to talk. When you can sit down and talk to your enemy and have a conversation with, and work it out with your enemy, you do all that. See, the reason why a lot of these motherfuckers shoot and kill each other is because once again, they're insecure. What's wrong with Boosie?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, if we get on that shit, we're gonna be doing 18 lives.
Oh, honey, I was about to say, oh,
but here's the
honey.
thing though. But fuck. What? Damn, I done lost my thought. I hate that shit. Trying to think about Boosie ass.
Well, hold on. Well, while we on the subject, how do you feel about what he did with his son? Because to me, the motherfucker needs to be in jail.
See, this is the double standard of it.
Exactly.
It's crazy we sit here and we call women hoes and shit like that, but yet when boys are young, they're, oh my God, he's gonna be a little heartbreaker. He's already gonna have a girlfriend. It's like y'all prepping and priming this nigga to be able to do this shit. And you know what's gonna be so crazy? Lil Boosie is so homophobic, but what's gonna be so crazy if one of your sons come out being gay?
Yep.
Or end up fucking with a bitch who put some titties on his back, bitch. Don't be mad. Because he's forcing this. And like I said before, what you resist is going to always persist. Because that's what your focus of attention and attraction is on. So the universe is going to say, oh, well, since you're focusing on this. See, here's the thing about the universe. The universe don't care about the intention. That's why evil motherfuckers can be powerful and do what they do. Because really, God's source really in all actuality is power. We try to put a narrative to it to try to understand it. But it's really just power and goddamn source. So they're not really connected to that. They have to create this outside thing in order to enforce what it is that they believe. And I hate the fact that I keep losing my thought. Oh no, we're talking about the boosting thing. I'm sorry. Sometimes weed does that to me because I just be flowing because it won't really just be me. It be some spiritual shit going on. Huh?
At this point, we're just having a real nigga conversation because
oh, I don't drink. I'm a lightweight. If I drink, I turn the damn camera around with this damn stripper pole and give a OnlyFans performance in this motherfucker because his body snatched. But like with that, I feel like he should go to jail because it's like, bro, you literally paid a woman to come in but see, once again, he's a boy. He's a boy, and boys unfortunately have a privilege to where they can get away with shit, but that's gonna be crazy because y'all over talking about gay.
Let that have been a little girl though.
Huh?
Let that have been a little girl though.
Oh yeah. Let this motherfucker say, or let a female sit here and say, oh, I don't want my daughter to become no lesbian, so I paid this grown ass man to come bring his grown ass dick and fuck my little ass daughter. Exactly. Do you not know how many motherfuckers will be not only gunning for this nigga, but will be trying to kill this bitch too?
Exactly.
But because they are boys and boys can be boys, and then you wonder why the community be fucked up because you allow boys to be boys as opposed to boys being turned into fucking men. That's the goddamn problem. It's a lot of boys running around because only boys will sit here and allow their goddamn ego and their emotions to take over them. Y'all so afraid of y'all emotions, but if a nigga see the only energy or emotion that seems to be tolerable a lot of times with, unfortunately, black men is anger. Yeah. And a lot of times they use that as an outlet because it's like, y'all, a lot of times.
That's what I said earlier. A lot of them don't know how to handle that shit. A lot of them don't know how to put a cap on their anger. Or a lot of them don't. Or
they'll use anger as a way to express themselves because a lot of these motherfuckers are bullies. They'll walk up on niggas and intimidate niggas for no reason because you have to be secure in yourself. And yeah, motherfuckers may have guns, but guess what? A lot of niggas is popping perks and sipping lean. Y'all niggas ain't hitting y'all targets. Y'all hitting innocent ass people. So I already know you bitches really don't know how to shoot that, right? So
and then like, not only that, you'll go home and beat the fuck out your girlfriend or your baby mama or whoever, but you won't have that same energy with a nigga on the street. You see what I'm saying?
Unless the gun is
That's what it is.
Yeah, unless the gun is there.
Exactly.
That's the gun is there.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And that's the fucked up part about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas will go home and it's the same cycle over and over and over again. A lot of these niggas will go home, beat up on their girlfriends, beat up on their wife or whatever, but you won't have that same energy with a nigga on the street. I never understood that shit. I don't get it.
Yeah, and like I said, we gotta. These seem like these your people's coming in. I ain't never seen none of these names before. I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
These is my people.
But I'm glad. Hopefully y'all enjoying the conversation for those who staying. If so, please share the live if you can. I don't know if you can. We shared a lot. We having a real ass conversation. Like, let's talk.
Yeah.
This is what we need to be doing right now as a black community, is dealing with our own shit. We already know what white America's on. Them motherfuckers ain't changing it. They're not changing it. They're not about to remix it with goddamn mayonnaise. They gonna keep it the same way. They gonna say we gotta be the one to change it. Okay, now Wesley and Jay said, so why them girls go after them street dudes, not expecting certain things to happen? I feel like because that's the thing now. Because even when you hear women talking about dudes now, you got to come with a bag. Bitch, fuck what you saying, nigga. Where's the nigga with a bag at? With a card at? I need the Birkin bag. I need this. I need woo woo woo. Wait, he said like infidelity. Oh, infidelity. Oh yeah, reason why infidelity, because it's like the more big. I'm sorry, I'm just being very hood today. Domestic, like infidelity. Hold on, let me read it and make sure I understand, because I really want to understand the question. So why them girls go after them street dudes, not expecting certain things to happen, like infidelity and domestic violence? Oh, okay, cool. So it goes in what I was saying as far as the answer, or what my interpretation of the answer is. I think the reason why, because once again, it's the ideal man. That's the nigga. That's the one that's desirable in the black community. The hood nigga, the trap nigga. That's the one that gets all the play, and that's because they look at that as a symbol of power. That's the hot thing now. And a lot of these niggas want power. They want the #1 spot instead of sharing everything with everybody, as opposed to saying, wait a minute, instead of it being one nigga on top, why can't we all be on top? Because when you think that way, that's when you really secure within yourself. But a lot of times, like Weston J, said alpha male. I need to assert myself. But a lot of times that alpha male mentality comes out of insecurity, because they feel like they're not enough. And that's the one thing with the ego. The ego is it plays on not feeling like you're enough, so you need more. You need the #1 spot. Like I said, I was watching this shit with Baton Rouge with I think it's Young Boy NBA. I think that's his name. And it was somebody else. I forgot what the other rapper was. And they started off like brothers. But then they started competing with each other, trying to, top each other. And it's like, everybody gonna want the #1 spot. Ain't nobody gonna want the everywhere.
What the fuck do that mean?
I don't know. They want to have the #1 spot. They want to be on top, because once again, I'm the king. Can't nobody check me. I'm this and I'm that. And it's kind of like, do you know how many motherfuckers is gunning for the #1 spot to the point to where they will kill you for it? And some motherfuckers play along with it. And that's why a lot of times white America can really sit back and do what the fuck they want to do to us, because they'll be like, low key, we're helping them. If there is a film that I think every black person, especially every motherfucker watching this live tonight, should go home and watch right now. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube, pay for it, or if your ass be like me, look that shit up on a free website or some shit. M4 or 123 movies or something. You need to watch and rewatch again Tales from the Hood. Watch that film, and especially the last part of the film, when the nigga from Moesha, when he was playing as Killer K, and he ended up getting shot and killed, and he had to go to that rehabilitation center, and he sat next to a white man in a cell who was part of the Klan. And of course, he like, man, fuck you, nigga, I'll kill you, nigga. And he was sitting here asking you, well, let me ask you a question. How many of your black brethren, how many times watch it until you understand and conceptualize it? But he sat there and he said, how many of your black brothers have you killed? How many of them have you killed? And he said, when the race war happens, I'll let you live, be my slave, because you helped me accomplish this. And then when they had the thing where they was trying to do some psychotropic metaphysical shit to him, to where they was giving him flashbacks of black people being hung, being burnt alive, being mutilated, and comparing it to today with niggas shooting and killing each other. And the scene's very graphic. It's very graphic. That's why I love the film, because it leaves nothing to the imagination, and it puts you in the reality of what's going on. If you watch that, she was screaming, how many black brothers have you slain? And then the last part of it, he was in this, I think it was a sense deprivation chamber where it really played on his senses. And he was able to physically see, hear, and experience in that scene every motherfucker he has murdered. And one of them was a little girl. And the little girl said, well, why me? I wasn't doing anything. And he sat there and was crying and everything, feeling so guilty, saying, a bullet ain't got no name on it. That's the problem. We're a part of the problem. We're a part of the problem. And we've normalized it. But see, with God, source, whatever you want to call it, there is grace and mercy in everything. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the individuals who are the trap niggas doing this shit, if we can have a conversation, we have the warrior class right there. These are motherfuckers that's supposed to be patrolling the neighborhood. Y'all got the choppers. Y'all got the illegal guns. With the shit that we dealing with right now, we might need that firepower. If it ever gets to a point to where a race war happens and white people decide, bitch, it's for open season on black people, and they start to purge horn and shit, we might need motherfuckers that's gonna have the Drago. That's gonna have the motherfucking 4.5 with the beam on the bitch. The new AR with the cartridges. We might need that shit. Because these are the individuals who's supposed to be going around. When police was doing police brutality, Black Panthers, and originally the Bloods and the Crips were created as a group to be able to protect the neighborhood. They went around and protected citizens from police officers who did police brutality. Now, they're enforcing this negative narrative for us to believe. But see, once again, because we black people and we some powerful motherfuckers, we can turn shit around and make it benefit for our good. To go back to the scripture that says, what the enemy meant for my evil, God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, will turn it around for my good. That's why even like with your experience, even though you went through what you went through, it could have took you out, and it should have took you out, and that generational curse should have followed with you losing your damn life. But guess what? You didn't. You stood strong. You rose up like a phoenix, and you over here doing what the fuck, unfortunately, a lot of black women have to do. They got to be the mama and the goddamn daddy. Meanwhile, the niggas can go out and do what the fuck they want to do and continue to play this fanciful ass life and continue to pretend to be somebody that they not. But then when the reality hits your ass, then you have the nerve to feel some type of way. Well, guess what? The age that we're going into, a lot of motherfuckers gonna be mad. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. Now, spirit is behind the shit, and that's something that you can't fucking fight. None of you motherfucking niggas know how to fight the damn spirit. Which is why the demons that y'all talk about that be speaking to y'all be fucking y'all ass up at night. And it's probably gonna cost you your life in order for you to have a new life. Because this motherfuckers like me who's speaking on this real shit. I'm talking about this shit now. No disrespect. I'm not saying your people is bad. And I'm not saying but here's my thing. I don't know them. And maybe some of the shit that I'm saying might spark them to where they be like, who is this nigga? They might find out more about me, and that could possibly end up losing my life. I'm not going to sit up here and act like that's not a possibility and that can't happen to me. But the level of truth that I'm speaking this to help save us. I'm speaking this so that we can have a conversation about us, because that's the one thing we're not doing. We're having a conversation about what's happening outside of us as opposed to having a conversation about what's going on inside of us. And until we deal with the inside shit and deal with the shit that we don't want to deal with both personally and collectively, we gonna continue this cycle, and your children and your children's children is gonna deal with the same shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what I've been saying this whole time. Is the generational curses over and over and over and over again. The cycles need to be stopped. Yes. They need to be stopped. And that's just what it is. Exactly.
White people ain't gonna do it. White America ain't gonna apologize to us. White America ain't gonna wake up one day and decide to be nice to us. They've shown us throughout the centuries how the fuck they feel about it, so much to the point it didn't influence other ethnic groups to feel the same way about us. When I be saying like, bitch, if they get rid of black people, who the fuck do you think these niggas gonna be going after next? So it's like, instead of work through that, because we can destroy racism. It may not happen in our lifetime. It may not happen in your daughter's lifetime, but the hope and the dream of the slave has to manifest. And now the spirit is behind us and is navigating this stuff, which is why I say get to know God for yourself. Let's talk about the music. I believe the music is destroying our race. It is, but here's the thing. That's why it's like,
wait, hold on. He done brought up a whole new topic. My phone about to die. Wait.
You might have to come back on another live too, because it's like I don't mind talking about shit all night. Motherfuckers ain't gonna do
anyway. Because look, my baby sleep. I got all the time in the world, honey.
Y'all gonna do anyway, and I appreciate y'all rocking with us. But as far as the music and stuff like that, but I do believe it, because before then, when rap and hip hop originally came out, it was about the people. It was supporting the people. And I think somewhere in the 80s or 90s, it kind of started to navigate more to that gangster shit. And it just kind of stuck. And the reason why it's stuck is because, once again, all these individuals who are sitting here and promoting these individuals, and the music bro 100%. Talk about, it's destroying our race, and music bro 100%. Yeah, it is. Because what happens now is that now, especially in the world that we live in now, everybody can be a celebrity. It's so many little niggas and Lil this and Lil Drake and Lil this and so many different rappers. So much. I'm like, these niggas. I've never seen these niggas before. And these niggas making bank. But that's why they're promoting that music, because that music is the strongest, because now niggas have to live up to that shit. Because now they've turned this fantasy, they manifested this fantasy into a reality. So now they have to believe in it and enforce that. Because if you don't enforce the reality, you a bitch ass nigga. You'll possibly lose your life. You'll possibly lose your fans. You'll possibly lose your money. And you lose all the respect. And unfortunately, money, power, respect is what? The key to life. Money, power, respect. That's the thing. But it's so crazy. We want all the money and power, respect, but we're not willing to give the power and respect to each other, though.
And that's what we're
Superstar, everybody don't have the talent. Yeah, a lot of these niggas.
There's a lot of niggas that don't have talent. Like I said, all you need is a hard beat. You can have a hard ass beat and get on singing and rapping the ABCs, and I swear to God, that shit'll go platinum.
I swear I heard this one song. I don't know what's, but this nigga sound like the Running Road. I'm like, bitch. Me, girl, if we still watching old cartoons, cartoon, is that what's going on? Like, and that's hot. It's hot. Like, I listened to a little bit of that Tekashi 6ix9ine song he came out with. And I listened to it, and I know my sister's like, I mean, it's kind of hot and whatever. And I'm like, I guess I can understand, because, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit ratchet. It's when you too ratchet. It's enough to be balanced. You get what I'm saying? But it's like
being a ratchet.
It'd be like sometimes the music they put out, I'd be like, this is really what's going on. It'd be niggas gibbering around and they'll be saying shit, and they'd be like, I need closed captions, or I need somebody to sign language the shit that these niggas are saying. And it's getting money. So they take from each other to try to reach something. They hear about. Exactly. They want to reach this pinnacle. They want to reach this level. I'm sorry, Killer. I'm gonna let you speak too. I'm sorry. I'm just my spirit.
No, you good? I got my phone on the charger. I'm trying to find a longer charger, because my shit's gonna die.
Hopefully we can get the charger together. But my
go ahead. I'm still listening, but
I'm sorry. And I like when people ask questions, because that's how we gonna get down and shit. But it's a crab in the barrel mentality. It's like all these niggas is getting this money, and they leaving the hood, and they spending all this money on shit that depreciates value over time, like jewelry and cars and all this shit. And it's like, bro, imagine if here's my thing. Imagine if a lot of these hood niggas, Sada, Drago, Cav, Kid, all these motherfuckers decided, hey, look, let's put our differences aside. Let's take some of our money and put it together and create some resources in the black community that will benefit it, like mental health resources. Because a lot of us, a lot of my black brothers are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. They done seen niggas get shot and killed. Just like how there are some individuals who come back home from the war, and there are vets, they end up having so many psychological things happen because they've been spent. Millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars have been spent to train these individuals, but nothing has been spent to have them come back and be rehabilitated. It's the same thing with us. We've had this shit poured on us, and now we believe in it, and motherfuckers get money for it now. And the fact that there's so many niggas who don't even need talent, like Khalil said, just have a beat. Motherfuckers saying, this is my way out. But it's like, if you play this game, you have to play this game, because in order to get to the top, to get to the big money, to get to the bag, to get to the number one spot where the adoration and the fame and the popularity and niggas know who I am, woo whoop de woo. That's a power thing. That's an ego thing. And then they get mad when the next motherfucker come through, and they end up taking them, not even say taking them down, because in actuality, mature motherfucker will take a new motherfucker underneath his wing and teach him everything he knows so that he can go farther. That's what secure motherfuckers do. But a lot of niggas ain't secure. They want everything, and they gonna keep everything by any means necessary, even if that means taking away and keeping it away from the community that they came from. A lot of niggas forget where the fuck they came from, and then when they shit get fucked up, they get mad when they say they don't fucking appreciate them. All you need is a good beat that's catchy, and you can rhyme anything you want as long as it rhymes. Hell yeah. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, somebody's a whore. 5, 6, look at all these dicks. Auto-tune the shit. Put some trap, 808 beats or trap hits on the shit. Boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of blacks that have mental illness from just what's going on and what's happened in them in their life and what they have witnessed or experienced in their own household. Hurt people. Boom. We hurt, y'all. We hurt. That's why we acting out in the way that we acting out too, because we hurt. We're oppressed. Nobody wants to listen to us. And we're looking for people outside of us to listen to us who really don't give a fuck about us because they don't even know who the fuck they are. They too busy stealing everybody else's goddamn culture, trying to be like them, as opposed to figuring out what the fuck they do. Oh, wait a minute. They do have a heritage. Their heritage are two things. Taking shit that ain't theirs and then on some Disney shit, remixing it, putting some mayonnaise on it and some damn green bean casserole with zero flavor. I might as well eat the box. They put that shit together and that's the standard. That's the standard. That's the standard. That's what they do. But they live vicariously through us, which is why they tan their damn skin, which is why they do their hair a certain way. I done seen one of the Kardashian hoes. That bitch, I don't know if her pussy is the sucking place. I don't know if this bitch is sucking the melanin out of niggas. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Because Kanye West done lost his fucking mind. Other niggas been on crack with all them shit. Them bitches is on some Shang Tsung Mortal Kombat shit. Them hoes got a soul chamber in they pussy and they is sucking these niggas' souls out. These succubuses is what they is. They sit here and have these braids. I saw one of them have braids and baby hair and shit. And I'm like, so white people can wear braids, but if a black person go to an interview with braids in their hair, oh my God, we don't want to hire you because, you know, you're ethnic girl. They'd be like, y'all motherfuckers be threatened by black hair, but here's the thing, white America, you need to understand, everybody in this bitch is threatened by you hoes. It's so crazy that a lot of white people have the audacity to sit here and feel threatened by black skin and all these other skins, when it's like, girl, in all actuality, all of us are afraid of you because y'all the motherfuckers that don't know y'all self. Y'all nosy, y'all want to know every goddamn thing, y'all want to figure out what's going on because you hoes live in insecurity and you feel like we just gonna show up on your property and burn your shit down just like your forefathers showed up on my ancestors' property, bitch, with burning crosses and all that type of shit. Well, guess what, bitch? The slaves got Dragos now, girl. The slaves got AR-15s now, bitch. The slaves got 9mm, ho. The slaves got 44 5s. I said 45, bitch. 45s, bitch. The slaves got shit now. But we too busy using it on ourselves as opposed to using it to protect the history of blacks. But you don't see too many movies that show us as queens and kings. That's why Black Panther was so huge when it came out. Yep, exactly. And that's why I spoke on it in my earlier lives with Black Panther. That is a reality that we can manifest. Because before anything can be manifested, there has to be a thought. And somebody put that idea out there. And once the idea is out there, it could be manifested. It's just in order for us to manifest Wakanda, we're going to have to be on a Wakanda of consciousness collectively. We're going to have to realize collectively what's going on. We're going to have to understand collectively how to move forward. It's not too many movies showing us as rulers and powerful people. Read the previous comment. You're right. But that's why we have to create our own shit. Because white America ain't going to do it. We've seen gods of Egypt and all this shit. Black people was the service, but they weren't the stars. When in actuality, fact shows that. That's why we have to do it. We have to create our own content. We can create our own black superheroes. And here's the thing. Black people, we make shit lit. We make shit lit. We are responsible for making shit cool. That's why white people try to steal our shit. Exactly. Because we are the salt of the earth. We bring flavor. We bring the hot sauce and the Lowry Caesar salt and the grape Kool-Aid with the copious amounts of sugar. We bring the flavor. We wasn't the first slaves historically. That might be the case, but we definitely was the ones that still dealing with shit. Because Jewish people got their shit. Native Americans got their shit. Every people got their shit. Japanese people got their shit except us. We're still waiting on 40 acres and a mule. That's why a lot of times when motherfuckers be exploiting the food system and playing the system, I be like, bitch, get your money by any means necessary. They be talking about niggas as lazy. Well, bitch, historically speaking, for 300-400 fucking years, my ancestors have been working without pay. So excuse me if I decide that I want to live my life. So we got 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. Are you still up for conversation, Kelly, or are you?
I'm still up for conversation. I'm trying to get this stupid phone in charge, though, so you might have to bring somebody else in for a session, and then I come back in the next one.
We just do dominate in nature. We just don't know how to control our dominance.
Exactly.
I'm about to say, I want to bring him in. Now, here's the thing. Now, this live is going to end, so we're going to talk and whatever until the live comes on. I'm going to come back on. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll come back on. I'm gonna be back on Wise Body D. I would love for you to come on the show because I would love to have this conversation with you because you have a lot to say, and I would love to hear what you have to say. I know with me, Texas, I'd be like, damn, it be motherfuckers be talking so fast. It'd be like, damn, I want to, you know what I'm saying? So if you up to it, Wise Body, when I come back on this live, you are more than welcome to join live. We
I'm
can
really
have a
interested to see
conversation.
what he has to say.
You say what?
I'm really interested to see what he has to say.
Exactly. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna actually end the live right now, and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. We're gonna do this live again, and hopefully, Wise Body, want to come on? We can come on. So, all right, I'll be right back, y'all. Right back.